evolution of like, how can I push myself to different places where I'm uncomfortable, but it's still me, where I'm, challenging myself.
In London. Prime Minister, can I ask whether you've had any trade reassurances from the President about your place in his queue?
Can I give them a bow in their lives, dipping bravely into each wave?
Can I get my money back? Blockchains allow us to write code, binding contracts between individuals, and then guarantee that those contracts will bear out without
See, but in what ways can I see? And for the love and the passion of that possibility, he searched for his own, and therefore it would only make sense that he would create a new way.
Rule, and they say, can I go to the bathroom? Which, if you think about it, is kind of a funny way to ask to go to the bathroom, because all of us have the ability to go to the bathroom.
With this question of how can I respectfully ask a person of color about their lived experience is because it seems to look at that individual and say, you are representative of your entire community.
Uncertainty here means, how can I optimize my utility or my production function over time?
In the mind are, well, what can I eat and what can't I eat? So I figure in this basics of intermittent fasting video, I'd lay that out. When you are in a fasting period,
on holiday, so I was always thinking, how can I bring Halloween videos into the topic of love and relationships? And if you want to stretch creativity, man, that's how you do it. And so
can I construct a scientific experiment to prove that it's true? What would that experiment look like? Let's return to
questions. One is, well, Debbie, how can I tell if my workers are productive when they're working from home?
Because he was like, can I see it first? No, get out of here. I didn't.
Sure, one moment. Corporate communications can help you. Yeah, I wonder if you.
When he said, so Stephen said to them, can I have this story?
And what they should be saying is that, duh. How can I show them that difference?
Whatsoever. You can just say, hi, can I help you find something? Or, hi, are you looking for something? Or do you need directions?
How can I write my best college essay? Here to tell you what you need to know is Tina Elfenbein.
For myself, or how can I start doing that for myself? This journal prompt was kind of a game changer for me because when I journaled to this, I realized
how can I make sure I don't freeze to death tonight, and how do I make sure I don't end up with frostbite that compromises my health for ever and ever as well.
So what do you say?
How can I know this is you really in the picture?
Yes, sir. So, well, I'm the doctor. She's the nurse. He's the attorney. We all met in Belgium, which, if you recall, is where we met for the first time.
To birch someone who's in
as clear-cut as it first seems. Can I ask you what? I've never looked at a portrait and found one of my ancestors in it. What?
Be wondering, how can I make the most of this school support? On this
around your home. Ring is a company that's owned by Amazon, and they first came onto the market as a smart doorbell.
Hi there, what can I do for you?
They've since evolved into one of the most popular home surveillance companies, offering
wealthy corporations and people love to ask the question, what can I do? What should we do? What can we start? What?
Doctor, can I afford to be diagnosed with a life-threatening condition? And
sounds great. Can I get a membership still, or?
Yeah, you need to join English Heritage first, though.
Oh, yeah.
Focused on. Now, before I begin any of this, I need to know, can I get the copper to do what I want it to do, and how am I going to make that happen? So I have to experiment.
Can I ask you about that moment of revelation that happened with Paula?
Yeah.
How can I help the other person and make them look good?
How can I clarify misunderstandings? Maybe around responsibilities or the evidence that we have for a design problem. Think about what tangible actions you can take. And
HSN 407 asks, can I ask a flight attendant to change an empty seat? You always can ask the flight attendant.
It's a way of just going, okay, I retreat. I don't want this fight anymore.
This might be the most important question of the day. Can I come in? Welcome. Shukran.
And so I became obsessed with how can I help my friends win? How
quick can I get off this? And I think the call lasted maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
Can I do all these things too?
How can I get one of those prayer cards where we're praying for each other? Because
at all. Instead, you can just interrupt a conversation quickly and say, hey, can I tell you something really quick? No.
Oh, let's see. Can I follow this? Add to favorites. Perfect.
Can I start off by saying I am not a nationalist.
How can I be better next time? So a failure can also be a positive feedback loop. A failure is also considered